Here it is, the A21RB, 6.7 Swedish, the first jet you're gonna unlock. This is the one on the right tech tree in the attacker line. It has a bit of a stronger engine and it has a gun pod, and the gun pod doesn't actually affect your flight performance, so it's very nice to have. Too bad it only has 100 rounds per gun. That's 800 total. It should actually have 800 rounds per gun. As far as I'm aware, I could be wrong on that, so feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that. But all in all, this doesn't look too good already. I'm climbing into 4 people alone here with my squad mate right behind me. Only use the MGs there because he is AFK anyway. I'm not going to waste my cannon. I only have 140 rounds, which isn't a lot, and it's a buffed up Hispano basically, so I'm not going to rely on it to do that much damage. So I want to keep the ammo as high as I can. 162 is dead. I'm flying with Oxygen Thief. I highly advise you to check out his channel as well. He mostly does tanks though, so if you're really looking for air content, then he might not be the guy for you. Really cool guy. So feel free to check him out. Say hi for me. J7W, really eager to go head on there. He doesn't roll the best, so I can easily evade that. It's a very awkward snap roll, so as long as I stay above him and I circle around him, he probably can get a shot on me. I have a lot more energy than him, because he was climbing slightly, I was coming out of a dive, so I'm just going to pull it into a vertical, and I will out energy him completely. Right now I'm going 300 basically, a bit slower. I'm just going to go horizontal here. He's going to try to go straight up again, and because I conserve my energy a bit better than him, and I kept it in a slightly horizontal turn, I can just pull up right here and shoot him out of the air. Just kidding, these guns aren't the best. You only have 4 M250 cals and you have 1 buffed up Hispano, so the firepower isn't the best. I'm trying to use my MGs mostly, but you can see that the J7 really doesn't want to die. Keep an eye around me because there's 3 dots on the map. I see that I don't kill him. Want to dodge a K4 because he's probably going to go for me because he thinks I'm occupied. J7 doesn't look to be in the best kind of situation. I'm going to let him crash and I'm going to dodge the K4 for now. Easy dodge, he pulls off to go for the friendly. And again, only MGs, and it already flashes red because I'm out of 8mm, which is the gun pod. Got a good firing solution there, so I used the cannon as well. And I want to look out for that K4, but luckily this one flies away from his friend. So I can easily engage this guy. K4s are pretty tanky, I get an easy shot, so you can see me aiming that 20mm right at his wingtip, and it comes off. Perfect. And now I can turn back in and engage the K4 as well. He seems to be going head on with me. So I want to stay below him, pull up the last moment, along with his wings. And the Yak-15, unfortunately for me, one-shots him. Would have been a nice little 4-piece maybe. Or I would have died there and this game would have ended right there. I don't know, I'll never know. But I think I would have been able to kill that. Oxygen got wrecked by field AA as per usual in this game lately. And we're down with 3 kills. And we're gonna get some altitude. Altitude is key in this thing. You're not the fastest, you rip at around 790. I don't advise you to push over that at all. And that's quite a low rip speed for a plane for 6.7. And the problem with this plane is at 6.7 it's good, 6.3 is good, 5.7 like this game it's fantastic. But the moment you face 7.0, 7.3 or 7.7, you absolutely get clapped. Not the best jet in the world. It really is an early jet. And when you realize that the Kika, which I also have an 8-kill game on, which will come out very soon as well, is 7.72, or 6.7, excuse me. It's a bit ridiculous. The Kika should definitely be 7.0, maybe even 7.3. That thing is a bit dumb at 7.7. 6.7, it's hard, isn't it? Remembering numbers. But yeah, I'm just looking for targets right now. I know that there's some guys on my left, but they're very high and I'm not going to catch him, especially the Kia 83. I see that the Kia 84 is quite low, so I'm going to go that way now. And I just want to keep my speed up. And there's the Junker 288. Easy kill is coming towards me, so I can catch him as I am going for the Kia 84. Cut him off. I'm not going to fly directly towards him. I'm going to fly to... Well, I think he's going to meet me in a very close range. So I can intersect them perfectly and then shoot him. The problem is with 288 is that they turn very well. And as you can see right here, that turn rate is a bit dumb. Luckily he didn't try to turn away from me. I'm only going to sit on him for a very short time because I don't want to get clapped by that 20 mil. But I see that he's still turning. He's still kind of not flying straight. So that makes gunning very hard. So I decided to stick a little bit longer. I set him on fire, expecting him to put it out actually. Because Junker 288s really do like to put the fire out. But it actually crits him. And at this point I'm quite certain that he's going to crash from that. So I'm going to fly away. I'm going to intersect the Kia 84 now. The Kai 84, I'm not actually sure what it is. Both of them work for me. Cringelord11 in the chat. Kia 84 is turning with a Yak 15. Yak 15 should maybe have this, but a very slow speed, and the Kia 84 is going the other way. Yak 15 overshoots, and I get an easy kill. And you can see that he's barely moving. I'm hitting everything, and the guy just doesn't want to die. And at this point I'm going 530. Kia 83 above me, he's very fast, but I'm quite certain that I can one-shot him with a 50 cals, because that thing is a flying fuel bomb. It ignites very fast and very easily. So I'm not too worried about that one, but I do know that the 152C, as you just saw, it's a C. I got close. Very big relief. I thought it was an H, and I was actually kind of scared of that thing, but now I saw it's a C. I know that I can easily just sit on him. And with sitting on him, I mean putting him into the ground. I probably won't even need the 20 mil for that. I hope I don't, at least. I only have 44 rounds left. The thing is, it's very tanky. But the good part is that it turns worse than a jet. So, he actually went that way. I thought he was flying this way. So I was extending the wrong way. That's a lot of ways in one sentence. And I'm gonna turn back in. I'm only running 94% because my engine starts to overheat. So I'd rather put it a bit lower than I need to. And so I can actually throttle up to 100 and it doesn't overheat instantly when I actually need it. Kia 83 is diving, which is positive for me. I'm just looking for that opportunity to come in and kill them both. Or one at a time, we'll see how it goes. YouTube isn't playing tricks on you, I can't see the 152C either. But I have a feeling he's going to be roughly in this direction. So I will go to him first and then deal with the Kia 83. There goes the Junker 288. I was saying that I was expecting a +6, and there it comes, right on the money. There's a proper engine. Notice him. Gets right behind him. Look how close he is. I'm not even going to use my 20 mil for the most part. I crit him, and a crit 152. You're not going to do a lot, chief. Keep shooting a little bit to keep the pressure on. I don't want to spray too much. Not the hardest shot in the world, but the 152C is very tanky, as I said before. And at this point I think I killed something on his engine, or just look how easy of a kill this is. But even then he barely dies. I should have still off. He's going straight into the ground. Not too worried about that one anymore. Then the Arado comes up. And that's 6. There's an Arado. I'm gonna dive on him. Hope he spots me, and maybe that the Kia 83 dives on me and as he thinks I'm very low, which would be ideal. Not a lot of ammo left. And there's still a few people up. I'm going for the Arado, and you will see that the dive speed comes in very fast in this thing. It starts warning you at about 720 already. It's the red line at around 750, but you can still push it to 780 is what I usually cap out on. I don't want to risk it. Don't want to get some one of those random snipes. Kia 83 doesn't pull very hard. He's compressing. And here we go. 50 kills. Is it actually going to happen? And yes, it is. Instantly on fire. And that thing is not going to put it out. And that's 7. See the Arado? Want to dive on him. Hope you're ready for this one. Trying to beat the F8F, and I have to pull off here because of my rip speed. Otherwise I would have killed him right there. And he gets bombed. Just, oh man, fantastic. He's bombed. I'm not too sure if he's actually crit or not, so I wanted to just go in there, finish him off, get a crit. So I think, oh, I got it, and I get an assist. After that, I didn't realize I was actually stealing that one assist. He's a bit upset with that, I think, because I tried to steal it. I wasn't really aware at this point. He's calling me greedy, so at this point I'm a bit salty. Not really salty. He starts to shoot me, and I'm like, really? We're gonna do it like this? I'm thinking about landing at this point because I want some ammo. There's only one guy left, and then I see that he's going to land as well. So I think to myself, nah, I'm not gonna get strafed on landing. So instead, I'm just gonna throttle back up and I'm gonna fly away from him. I'm just gonna leave him. And I did say I was kind of greedy, implying I tried to steal it. I wasn't actually aware. And he comes straight for me. Looks like it. He isn't. If he had gone for me there, I would have killed him. But he isn't. He's just gonna land. I wasn't aware that he ever would have crit him. I thought it was the Spitfire that got bombed. I thought that the radar was not dead yet, so I felt like I needed that 8 kill. Because I didn't feel like I was gonna kill anyone else this game. So, sorry for the salt in the chat, so to speak. Here I started looking for the crit and to see if he actually did crit him. But he crit him before I killed the Kia 83, so I didn't really notice it. As you can see over there, we basically killed him at the same time, so I didn't see. So again, sorry for that. I'm just kind of hyped at this point that I'm gonna get an 8 or 9 kill game in a prop like this, a proper plane like this. It's a bit mediocre, but it gets the job done, and especially in the down tier, this thing is very potent. Just the problem is if you get up tier, it's a bit of one of those planes, either going to be fantastic or it's going to be very mediocre. So keep that in mind. It's a fun little plane. I did get kicked out of this plane about 3 times with that bug that the video I sent the other day, where I just get teleported around the map and I just get slapped into the ground, so that was a bit unfortunate. But other than that, this thing, you mostly die to jets that are just boom and zoom on you. And when you really get boom and zoomed, especially when you get like a Horton on your 6, that's really committed to killing you. And I will show some of that after this gameplay as well. You're kind of dead, you're kind of boned. If the other jets keep their speed up, it's a bit like the Yak 15 in a certain regard. But of course you're a lot less maneuverable. The Yak is definitely a lot better at lower speeds. The only thing you have over the Yak is your a little bit higher acceleration and your little bit more top speed. Of course you do still rip at 780 and the Yak rips at 730, so it's not a very big benefit you're going to get out of it. All in all, I think that the Yak 15 is better than this thing, except that this thing has a lot more stopping power because of the 50 cals and the 20 mil, so it can stay in the battle a bit longer. And of course the min fuel of this thing is 5 minutes, so you're basically forced to run max, which is 19. So all of that combined will keep you in the battle a little bit longer. And if you do use the gun separately, so you don't blow all of your ammo in one go, he luckily flies into a tree. Just thank you. Just thank you. Thank you, Oxygen Thief, for that amazing Yu-Gi-Oh reference. That surely is the reason I won this game. Really though, do check his channel out. I put it in the description. I'll put an annotation on the top right here. And now for the rewards. Of course, I don't have premium anymore, so keep that in mind. And there you have it. Everything. And now we're going to look at some actual jet gameplay. So I'm going to be facing 7.3 in both of these games. They're a bit shorter, they're very short fights, but it's still 7 minutes in total. So it should have at least some kind of indication of what you can and can't do. Of course, these are versus 262s and Hortons that got kind of slow on me. So I could actually have a chance. If these guys just keep the speed up and don't fly into my guns like that, then I'm basically boned. But of course I want to show you the way where it actually goes well. Because I can show you how I can die to 4 people at once, but I don't think that teaches you a lot. So I'd rather use the gameplay where it goes somewhat well, while I still kind of struggle, and I really had to outplay the opponent. Of course the opponent did kind of mess up, so it kind of made it easy for me. But if the opponent plays it right, it's very hard to get away from them, especially 262s and Hortons, because they do everything better than you basically. Except for the Horton, of course, because that thing at low speed is very dangerous. You can like roll around his guns at like 600 kph. But he will slowly catch you, and the closer he gets, the more you have to maneuver, and the more you have to maneuver, the more speed you bleed, and the more speed you bleed, the easier of a kill you become. So that's a bit of a problem. Other than that, if you keep the Hortons at bay, if you're above them, if you can stall them out, they're completely doable. Of course, you still have to keep in mind that you only have 120 and 450s, so killing them is another problem. I have 2 people pitching up for me, so I'm just gonna do a horizontal turn, get behind him, and then I loop over, so there's no way he's gonna get the shot on me. Use the flaps to turn just a little bit faster to get a beat on him a bit sooner again, but you can see that he can just dive away, even though I had all the advantages in the world. And he will outrun me. And I start to rip. So I have to pull off. And just him diving to the deck made it impossible to kill him. Of course he starts turning now for some apparent reason. We both go back up again. I have a lot more energy at this point. But you can clearly see that this thing turns quite a bit worse above 550, 600 kph than a 262. So I'm just gonna pull off, do everything I can to kill this 262. A bit of a weird shot, and my aim is kind of off right there because this is the second match I did in this thing. And he was going slower than I thought, and I couldn't really see him because of the traces. But I really wanted him dead, so I kept spraying, something you don't see me do a lot. But I really wanted that guy dead so I could actually 1v1 this guy. Because if I had to be in a 2v1 at this point, I was gonna get boned. So he goes up, I'm still going 460. And you can clearly see that at lower speeds I start completely outperforming him. These guys keep shooting him, they're not hitting him, as far as I can tell. And here we get the problem with the guns. So first I use the 20 as well, he's kind of close, I get a crit. I stop using my 20 and I'm just gonna aim for the engines. That's the right engine on fire, and you can see me shoot at the left one now. He's on fire, so I start just shooting around his plane to maybe kill his pilot. Kill both of his engine, he's on fire. Just spraying at him to secure the kill so he doesn't get stolen. Because people that are on fire are very tasty kills for your friends. You're not gonna kill this guy. He's gonna go head on with someone and straight up die. He goes full commit with him, he doesn't get hit, and he does it again and he rams him. A bit unfortunate, I thought I was gonna kill him as well. But you know, you can't have everything in this game. A couple of games later, this is the 6th game I did in the plane. And I see a Horton. At this point I've already been introduced to the Hortons, so I'm kind of scared of him at this point. I'm running my speed a bit up here. Go into a slide dive so I can actually pitch up for people that come up to me, because I'm expecting people to pitch up for me. He goes under me again, so I can follow that because I will rip. And there's a guy over there, so I want to keep my speed up for now. I want to go head on with this guy. I mostly don't use the 20mm in the head-ons. I think it's a waste of ammo, and especially now I have the 8mm. I want to just spray a bit in the head-on. That's the A21R1, the one with the MK 103s and the 20mm. So that thing is a bit more dangerous to get in front of. He bails out, he couldn't fly anymore. And I just loop over. There's no way he's going to get a shot on me at this point. This is a 262A1. He's stolen himself out. Easy shot. Spray him to bits. Horton coming up. He doesn't pitch up for me. I was expecting him to do it. Not a problem. I'm faster than you. Get a few hits in. Just kidding. I can't aim. Hortons are very weird to aim at. And I just can't hit him. And when you do it, they tend to soak up all your rounds. He's going to outrun me. Try to get a pot shot. He dodges. Not worth it. I'm going to go for the 262. Maybe try to kill him in the meantime. I heard someone crash. I thought maybe it was the P80. It is the P80. I thought it was the Horton. Unfortunately for me, it wasn't. He's a 262. I'm going to stick on him and I'm going to not let go. I want to get him dead. I just want him dead. I'm going to catch him. And as long as I'm catching him, I don't really have to shoot. But then I see that he's shooting at a AA emplacement or like pillbox or whatever. He's shooting at ground. I hit both of his engines. I stop using the 20mm, and now I see that he's going to go for that light tank. So I want to use the 20 to kill him as soon as I can. He's not going to dodge that because he's too busy shooting ground units. Gotta get a little bit of a pot shot on the Horton, a bit too low. Make sure that the Horton has to roll. This one will overshoot, but I see that the other one is coming in already, which is a bit of a problem. That Horton really likes to head on. I can't go up yet. I want to get away from this one as fast as I can. And this is very sketchy. I should have probably died here, but I wanted to make sure that I had to roll around his nose, which just ended up going perfectly, so to speak. And with that I mean I got forced into that. I wasn't very likely to survive it, but in my eyes it was the best bet I was going to have. So in that way I executed it perfectly, but of course I'd rather not be in that position altogether. And that's gonna be game. This Horton's gonna fly into the ground. Thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next decennium.